Hey everybody, Roxybox90 here, back with our final two videos for our complete limited Fate Reforged set review, and today we're going to continue with green, the last mono color that we're going to discuss, and then we'll go and cover up all the remaining stuff we've missed. If you missed the other videos and you want to check them out before your pre-release, then you should probably check them out before tomorrow night. I'll also be hopefully getting you guys a pre-release primer tomorrow. That's my plan, barring any end of the world emergency things, but that's the plan, and I'm excited. Hopefully I'll get to go to the pre-release this weekend, barring work interfering. But otherwise, getting into it, Whisper of the Wild, solid card. It's 0-2, which is fine. There's not a lot of one power going on, so usually it'll just be a chump blocker or it'll ramp you up. I like that it gives you 2 green once you hit ferocious level, which is not that hard to do, which makes it a fairly effective ramper. Teemo Runemark, I don't like it because it just gives trample, and most of the time it's not going to make a huge difference. It's more likely not going to 2-for-1, and its ability is not quite as powerful for limited as compared to others like Death Touch. Return to Earth, I think it's a good sideboard card, flexible because there are quite a few dragons. If you see your opponent is running a lot of big flying creatures, there you go. It's a solid instant removal spell. Map the Wastes, I think it's okay but not great. Yeah, filtering a land out, getting it, but it goes on top of your library, which actually in that case I think it's pretty awful at sorcery speed. Hunt the Weak, this is a premier removal spell. I think it's pretty solid here, especially as a lot of creatures have bigger power than toughness, and I think it'll be a nice form of removal. Then Frontier Mastodon, it's basically 3 for a 3/2, which is, that would be bad. If you can Ferocious it, then it's okay at a 4/3 for 3, but it's as a 3 for 3/2 with the amount of 2/2s going on, I don't think it's a worthwhile drop. Formless Nurturing. This card is 4 for a 3/3 most of the time, and maybe you get off with Morph, but that's, again, it's okay. It's a decent curve filler if you need it. Feral Crushbach, kind of the same thing. I don't like it that much, but if you need a filler for 5, it's not terrible. Archers of Carsey is a questionable card for me. I like it. I mean, I guess it works. Mostly it's a nice deterrent against flyers, and it gives that one of the kind of cards your opponent is worried about you attacking with because it's so strong in power, and if they're open on the field you can do a tremendous amount of damage. So I think that it actually it's decent, even though at 2 toughness it's going to be very vulnerable in this set to just about everything. Ambush Crick is 6 for a 5/5 trample, which is good. You're forced to bounce a creature back, but if you can work with that, which should be easy enough in terms of working with raid or dash or any other element bolster, there's so many things that work with coming into play that I think this card will do very well. Anarch Guide, I basically would only run it 2 for a 2/2. You're rarely going to use the land to pull since it only goes on top of your library, not even into your hand. Winds of Calcisma is an interesting combat trick. If you can get the Ferocious off, it's very cool because you can basically win combat, and that could act almost as a pseudo Wrath. I think for 2 mana it's very flexible and will definitely swing some games in limited. Timur Sabertooth, fantastic uncommon, definitely one of the best out there for this set. It's ridiculous. If 4/3 for 4, it's already but then if you get its ability, which is insane, it protects itself and bounces a creature protecting against removal, or you can bounce a creature back to reuse its ability, or to save it from removal. It protects other things, it protects itself. It's really pretty darn good. Sudden Reclamation, again, if you're working with Delve maybe, but otherwise not good. Ruthless Instincts, this card is also, it's a very powerful combat trick. It's basically 3 mana instant speed removal, especially against dragons, which is important, and it can also push that final damage. I think it's flexible enough to be worthwhile. Fruit of the First Tree makes me nervous. I like it because there's not a tremendous amount of enchantment removal in the set, which means when they kill the creature you benefit. So I think that it's a risky card, maybe like a one-of kind of thing, because it gains life and draws cards, which could be quite swingy, but it's a very risky card. I'm not sure I would run it. Destructor Dragon is huge and awesome, especially since you could just take out a land, worst comes to worst. Catch defenses, it's basically 3 for 3/1 counters, which is not great. Not bad, not great. It's kind of probably wouldn't end up running it. Battlefront Crush Shock, I like its ability. It's very, very powerful, especially with the amount of 1/1 counters going on with Bolster and the like. I think it could be a really swingy card. Irration War Beast, it's big, it makes dudes. I mean, pretty much it's exactly what you want for a powerhouse drop. I kind of wish it was 6 for a 6/6, but what can you do? Abzan Kinguard, 4 for 3/3 is like we said, it's fine, but its lifelink could make it even a little better. Abzan Beastmaster, even though he's very weak and very open, he's super, super strong if you hold the lead in a ramp aggressive strategy, and he'll give you your consistent card draw. Like I said, in many other formats, he's awesome. Here, he's also awesome. And now, pretty much everything else is awesome and limited. Shamanic Revelation, huge swingy card, even without the Ferocious. Sansa Mastodon, enormous creature that gives you massive advantage. Ysoa Dragonclaw steals things. If you have any functional colors with her, then you're gonna do very well. Timur Warshaman pretty much makes dudes and lets you kill dudes in one, and it's a big creature. There you go. Frontier Siege, it gives you ramp, or it lets you deal with by having your big creatures fight smaller creatures, killing them off without having to spend spells. Flyers, at least. Wild Call, it's a huge creature. It lets you scale as a creature, which it's not Genesis Hydra or anything, but it could be by itself. It's a fine big creature, and otherwise it also can potentially be an unmorphed card that could be really powerful. So it's a swingy card. It's probably, I would say, rated as good. Questionable if it's great. Whisper, Wood Elemental, you win a lot. And then Warren of the First Tree, yeah, it's not going to be as good in other formats, but in limited, heck yeah, sign me up for that. I definitely want that guy on my side of the field if I'm running those colors. So there we go, all the green cards. So that wraps up our 5th color, and now the last video is going to discuss everything else that we have to talk about. So if you guys enjoyed the video, tap the like button if you're new to the channel. Check it and subscribe, stay tuned, and other videos coming right up. And as always, Roxbox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.